Okay, so today I want to talk about cell phones. So first of all, I love my cell phone. I work on it. I answer tons of emails and tons of messages. I stay in touch with my friends and loved ones. I play games. I check things. We have access to the entire world on this thing, and it's absolutely incredible. That being said, cell phone usage in poker rooms is an absolute epidemic. And I really want the people that are watching my videos that I'm sharing with content with, you really shouldn't be using your cell phone at the table. I cannot tell you how many times I had my friend. I was with my friend the other day. Before I was about to do this video, I sent him a text message like, "Yo, you playing?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Look around on each table and just give me a quick count on how many people are actually on their phones." And he's like, 3 on one table, 6 on another table, and 4 on another. And I was like, "What? Like, are you? It's incredible." And it extends. Listen, poker is a game that requires a lot of presence. It requires you to be in the moment. It requires you to process massive amounts of information. It requires you to make decisions. And this thing is really, with the exception of taking notes about what happened in the hand, there's really no reason why you should have it. And it's a major distractor. First of all, for myself, it's such a distraction because I run 3 companies. I get a lot of inbound requests. So I got a lot of emails, a lot of text messages, hundreds in a day. And some of them are not so important, but some of them are important. And if I'm playing poker and all of a sudden I'm focused, everything's going well, and then I get a text message that X, Y, and Z happened and I need to do, and I start getting into my head like, I can't believe he didn't do that. I should have done that. I don't know how I'm going to get this done by tomorrow. It dissociates me from the game. It makes me not present. And that's kind of what this thing is. It's like a little ticking bomb of extracting you from the actual moment, right? That's the first thing, right? And that's kind of a little bit more meta in my opinion. The other thing is your attention needs to be here, not here. And I can't tell you how many times players, when you play poker, the game doesn't stop. Usually this is how most players play poker, right? They get dealt their cards, they check them, they're like, oh, these are either good enough to play or not good enough to play, and they either muck or they play. That's not poker. Poker requires you to be involved and sit down and play the game even when you don't have cards. Think about it. I always say this. If you fold 90% of the time, right, and you play 10% of your hands, the other 90% of the time you're out of the hand, you're watching and extracting information that you can use to extract max value, manipulate your opponent, so on and so forth, the 10% of the time that you're actually playing. And phone usage cuts that off. Now, I'm not saying you can't every once in a while, check your phone. I'm not being like a Nazi, but the way people do these, I mean, the way they just, it's crazy. And I know some of you are doing it, and I do too. I've done it at times. I've done it, but that's why it's one of the reasons why I want to get an Apple Watch, just because I'm going to set the Apple Watch to only remind me of things that are really important. So if certain messages go through, other messages don't. So I check my phone, I keep my phone here, and all I gotta do is this, glance. And if I have to handle it, maybe I'll handle it. But for the most part, you really should keep your phone in your pocket. And some of you might have a hard time doing this. It's just you have to say, how much does the game really matter to you? It's the same thing I say when people are having conversations with their loved ones or friends, and you're sitting down and you just go into a restaurant now. You look around, it's people don't have dinner with each other. They have dinner with each other and then the phone. And it's you see 2 couples on the phone, and me and my girlfriend, we're always out. We're looking at our phones. We're I can't believe we're doing this. Let's put it away. And it's you're not committed to actually having a conversation if you're on your phone with someone else while you're eating dinner. It's the same way you're not committed to actually playing poker if you have your cell phone out. And it's one of these things that drives me absolutely crazy. Some of my really good students, I'm what are you doing? And they're playing. And I was why are you talking to me? And they're oh, blah, blah, blah. And it's okay to give little updates and stuff like that, but you gotta keep your phones off the table, and you got to keep them in your pocket. And it's something that I really believe that keeping your phone in the pocket and focusing on the game and saying, I won't touch my phone, I'm only going to focus on the game, is probably, worth 25% of your stack in each game, just because you're missing so much information by keeping your phone out. Anyways, That's my ramble. Please take me seriously and try not to use your phone. I'm also doing this so you can yell at me if you ever see me in a poker room or at a poker game using my phone. No reason I should have it out either. Only reason you should do, if you're taking notes, which I really do support about, hands that you won or hands that you lost or hands that you didn't know what was going on, definitely use your phone to take notes. It's the most efficient way. I usually use Google Docs or something like that. But other than that, no reason to have your phone out. That's about it. Schoolofcards.com. Unless you're doing, I'll tell you a story. So one of my friends is like, dude, I'm sitting next to a guy and he's actually doing the Beyond Tells training while he's at the poker table. And my friend didn't ask who he is, and I still don't know what member this is, but you should not be training for poker while you're at a poker table. I mean, you shouldn't be watching my videos while you're at a poker table. Before, yes, but after to get pumped up, on a little tilt break, yes, but while you're actually playing, you should be playing poker, not reading books or magazines. And listen, I know I'm rambling today, but it's important to me. Another last thing, I want you to look at other players and look at them big. Look how silly they are. They supposedly they look like they take this game seriously, but in reality they think they're taking this game seriously, but reality they're just sitting there and they're just checking their phone. And sometimes looking at how silly and stupid other people look while they're playing makes it less likely for you to do it as well. Okay, so leave the phones in your pocket. Schoolofcards.com/sign up as usual. Make sure those of you who haven't signed up, sign up. Doesn't make any sense. 800 people watch this video, or 900 people eventually watch this video, and then like 3 people will sign up, and you're missing out a lot. I'm gonna have some giveaways and some cool things coming out shortly. That's about it. And now what I'm gonna do right now is I was like, that's about it. And I was about to instantly take out my phone and check to see if I had any new emails. It's an addiction, guys, but it doesn't belong at the poker table. Okay, it's back.